Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, Home Cooking with Peter Serpico. My name is Peter, and this is my daughter Charlie, enjoying her honey lemon tea here.
You almost spilled it.
I almost spilled your tea? Alright, well you gotta be careful, okay? Yeah, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And today we have some special guests revisiting us again, right? You want to introduce your special guests?
This is Season. Whoa.
Season, yeah.
Yep, and Mia. Hi guys. Mia Tortilla. And this is Sammy. Sammy, oh come on. This is what you did in the last video.
Okay, so today we're going to do an easy, kind of a twist on a classic. 3 classics actually. So we are going to do kind of a grilled cheese, garlic bread, tomato soup mashup. Okay, so it's actually pretty simple. So it's basically grilled cheese. We're going to take these grape tomatoes and kind of roast them. Yep. All right, with some nice garlic, cheese, parsley, salt, and butter. So it's like all 3 of those things in one little sandwich. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's see. We have this small pan here. We'll roast the tomatoes first. Okay, I have it at 3. Right, 5 is a little high. Okay, because we want to roast the tomatoes. We kind of want to roast them a little bit slower. So if we roast them slower, they won't pop. So all the juice and stuff will be left in the skin, and you'll get that nice roasty flavor, and the tomatoes will burst a little bit, okay? Because we want them to burst when you bite into it and not on the sandwich when we're creating the sandwich. And we don't want them to burst in the pan either, okay? A little bit of burst in the pan is okay. So a little bit of olive oil. Once again, same setup. I have a small cutting board, my big cutting board. My small cutting board is for my garlic. We don't have to chop it up fine. We're looking to kind of toast it and roast it at the same time. What? A little bit of color is okay, but we don't want too much color, okay? So, we'll just do this. We'll take it and we'll smash it, okay? With the back of the heel of your hand, okay? So that kind of opens it up a little bit, and then it goes into the oil. All right, you hear it seasoning the oil. So now we're making basically a nice garlic olive oil, okay? So our tomatoes, these are a little bit old in the fridge. As long as they don't have any mold on them, they're fine. I don't know if you can see them. They're like a little bit like, they almost look raisiny a little bit, but these are fine.
Raisin.
Yeah, like we want to show you that like this is a real cooking channel. We're not getting, the freshest tomatoes. They were nice and fresh, and then life gets in the way a little bit. Okay, so they could pop a little bit. We'll add a touch of salt to them. We'll stay away from the pepper. Guys, don't be so automatic with the pepper. Some things just don't need pepper. Black pepper, white pepper, they just don't need them. If you feel like they need them, or you love white pepper, black pepper, you can add it to everything. It's up to you. But I'm just letting you know that I don't feel like everything needs pepper, right? Okay. So now we're just gonna mix these tomatoes around a little bit. You see the garlic is nice and toasty here, okay? But like the pan is down at 2. It was hotter, but once we added the tomatoes, obviously we're cooling the pan down a little bit, okay? All right. So nice and low and slow, no big deal, okay? We don't want to get too crazy. We just want to warm the tomato through. You can actually already see it warming through a little bit. They're like, they're almost puffing up a little bit, and the skins aren't as wrinkly anymore already. Okay, and we can, this one's burst a little bit, that's okay. We just want to keep as much liquid in the tomato as we can, okay? I feel like that's what makes this sandwich so special.
Papa?
Yeah. Okay, we smash the garlic a little bit more, okay? Sure, I'm listening.
On something, on a couch, and also, it kind of looks like a beetle or something, or bee or fly, I don't know.
Okay, there's a bug in our house, a big bug. We'll find it after the video, okay? All right, so it's also the spring, so bugs come out a lot during the spring, and it's cicada season. So we gotta, and it's
The
and,
lantern
and
flies.
yeah, and the lantern flies.
But the good thing about spring and summer is that the fly oil is like the things that light up in the sky up here.
Oh, the firefly or the
Fireflies.
yeah, lightning bugs.
Yeah, and also butterflies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bees.
There's a lot of beauty in the spring. Okay.
What cockroaches and everything.
Okay, so this is what we're looking for. And this is like a great time if you like to add herbs, thyme, rosemary, anything like that. Anything that you feel goes good with tomatoes, or like savory, summer savory would be really good with this. Also a good pairing for the summer if you have nice summer tomatoes. Okay, so I think we're good here. Okay, so we'll put our grilled cheese pan on here, and I'll come show you what the tomatoes are supposed to look like. Okay, so see here, nothing too crazy, a little bit toasted garlic, you got your tomatoes, olive oil, salt, and you see how there's like not a ton of juice in the pan? The tomatoes have burst a little bit, but like they're not like releasing any of their juice, okay? And this is what we're looking for, okay? And we can just put the tomatoes right here, okay, while we get our grilled cheese ready. Okay, so, 2 nice pieces of bread, about a half a teaspoon of butter. Let's double that up. Let's do about a teaspoon of butter. And it depends on like what you're looking for in your grilled cheese, flavor-wise. If you want, you can use, I like to use butter and olive oil, okay? And with grilled cheese, you're only cooking one side of it, and then the inside is for your cheese, unless you want to do those really fancy grilled cheese. Some people put mayonnaise on the outside. The reason they do that is you got to remember, I don't know if anyone's ever made a mayonnaise, but mayonnaise is basically mostly oil. So that acts as your fat. We're using olive oil and butter, okay? So, when making grilled cheese, you want to use outside, so we're going to flip it like this, okay? And we want to go nice and low and slow, okay? We're not in any rush. We want that super crispy, okay? And then this is when we use put our cheese in. So we want to make sure that there's enough fat on the outside, that it's coated evenly so it toasts nice and even, okay? And remember, bread is basically like a sponge right now, especially when it's untoasted. We keep our bread in the fridge, so this bread is cold, just so it lasts longer. We're actually not a huge bread family. That's why we keep ours in the fridge, okay? Okay, beautiful. So, yeah, get a little bit more fat here. And we're not looking to use too much fat, so we just want to make sure that there's enough coverage. Okay, and now, let's see. So now we have it at 1. Let's crank it to 2. So parsley we'll save. We'll put it in here. All right, so we have 2 different types of cheese. This is a sharp cheddar cheese. We had 1 piece left, so we're going to use this. I love the sharpness of cheddar in my grilled cheese. This is what I grew up on. If you can get extra sharp cheese, get extra sharp cheese. Okay, and then Charlie's, one of Charlie's like, what are these called? String cheese.
Yeah.
It's kind of like mozzarella style. So it's like got the pool. The cheddar cheese has like the nice flavor. It's got that nice like lactic acid twang that you get in a lot of dairy. Okay, and you can use any cheese you want. You can use Swiss cheese. You can use provolone. Whatever you want, whatever you have in your fridge. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, so we want a nice layering of the cheese. Okay, and now you see the bubbles. You see the bubbles in the grilled cheese, in the butter and the olive oil. Okay, and then we'll take this parsley. Same thing, like I said, stems and everything. This parsley we'll cut pretty small. Okay? And add it to our tomatoes. And then this goes right inside the grilled cheese, okay? And Charlie's having a little, what is this? Like quinoa and flaxseed crackers for a snack with her honey lemon tea. Okay. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of parsley in the tomatoes. All right. Give these a nice little mix. Okay. And then this garlic is nice and roasted. It's not roasted too hard, so you can kind of chop it up. And we want this inside the grilled cheese too. This has got that garlic bread feel to it. Okay. So at this point, we kind of want to see which side of the bread the tomatoes should go on. So there's like a nice divot in this bread. So we're just going to place it right here. Okay. We can make that in another video if you want.
Maybe small.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Maybe today we'll make another one.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so make sure you get all that parsley. That oil is actually flavored with garlic and tomato now. So make sure you get all that stuff in the middle of the grilled cheese. And it's kind of, the tomatoes are kind of nesting in the sandwich, and they're kind of finding a good home to stay in right now. Okay? So just let them go. The cheese is melting nice and slow. Okay, I wouldn't worry about, if you like salt, if you guys like salt, you can add salt to the outside of your bread. But we salted the tomatoes when we were cooking them, so I feel like between that and the cheese, we should be okay. All right, you see the cheese is getting nice and melty. We're at 3 right now. Let's turn this down to 1. This is like super low. I like my grilled cheese to be pretty low. We want it to be crispy, right? Uh-oh, we're burning a little bit.
That's okay.
Okay, and this is kind of what happens sometimes, right? So if you feel like you're burning, you can obviously either take it off the flame. You can add a little bit more butter to cool your pan down. Anything cold you add to the pan, okay, should be is good, okay?
A-okay.
A-okay, all right?
Look, I made a flower.
Yeah, I was too busy talking, okay? So yeah, grilled cheese, nice and low and slow, okay? Don't get crazy. All right.
It was a good idea to add that to the...
Yeah, so the pan is cooled down a little bit. We turned it down to 1, which is the lowest setting. So now we're at like low, okay?
Papa, look, I made a nice flower.
Beautiful. Okay, and remember too, because you saw us roasted tomatoes, our tomatoes are warm and are obviously the pan is warm. So because we're putting warm tomatoes on the cheese, you see the cheese is kind of melted already. But now we're looking for like a nice crisp on the bread, and that takes a little bit while. Okay, so that's why we're going nice and low and slow. Okay, so we got that beautiful. Okay. Let's not get greedy. I turned it up to 2, but we'll keep it down at 1, okay? And then let me go grab a plate, a beautiful plate. Okay. All right, so grab Mr. Brian Januski's plate again. This is gonna look beautiful for the grilled cheese.
Let me see.
Yep, isn't that pretty?
Wow.
I don't know if you've seen this plate yet. Isn't that so pretty?
Yeah, it's like, well, what is this?
Oh, it's like a design. So all these plates are handmade, so none of them look the same. That's pretty cool, right?
So
Okay.
awesome.
None of them look exactly the same, okay?
But,
So,
look,
yeah.
this one and that one look the same.
Oh, they're not exactly the same though. They're a little bit different of the shape. That's what happens when you hand make things. Okay? That's the beauty of it. Okay, so we're pretty crisp on our grilled cheese now, so why don't we just give it a little flip? Okay? You can kind of press it down a little bit like I said before, the tomatoes have kind of made a little home in there. All right. And that's it. All right. Remember, the cheese is melted. The bread is crispy. You can hear it.
Yeah. It's like.
Okay.
It's like,
and that's it. And you just got to make sure the cheese is nice and melted. Okay.
I always see it. It looks like
Yep.
eyebrows.
So let's pull it off. Charlie, you want me to cut it in half so we can share it?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so you can cut it however you want. For sharing purposes, and because this has got like a big tomatoes in it, I don't want to cut it on the bias. I just want to cut it right down the middle. Okay?
Now put it on the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I know an idea.
Okay, so there it is. I'll come show you guys. All right, real quick video today. All right. So here we go. We got our grilled cheese sandwich, right? With roasted garlic, roasted tomatoes, and butter and parsley. Enjoy, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So me and Charlie are gonna split this.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into our YouTube video. Please make sure you like and subscribe on the bottom, and we'll see you next time.
Yep,